Okay, hide you. Okay, stay in the trees. Stay behind the trees. Stay behind the tree. I'm gonna go up. We come in peace. We come in peace. Don't shoot.
We come in peace.
Don't shoot. Don't shoot me. I'm coming towards you. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. I have friends. If you shoot me, you'll get fucking ice.
Just don't offer me. Just don't offer me ammo.
Don't shoot him.
Don't shoot me. We're happy people.
I've been playing DayZ. By the way, I call it. I pronounce Z's as Z's. Yeah, a lot of people in Australia pronounce it that way. Not the game,
like Britain
but
too.
Yeah, but it's a lot of people keep trying to correct me on the internet. It's just the way I say it.
It's motherfuckers.
Anyway, yeah, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I always just call it DayZ. I don't even fucking.
Yeah, who cares? Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so I've been watching. Obviously, videos since I started playing. You were actually one of the first people that I saw playing the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think it was August or something in 2012.
Shit, yeah, no, July is when the big hit Grand Massacre, everybody's favorite. It was like the 5th of July.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man. You were there from the start. Shit, son, that's so cool.
Well, that was one of the things that convinced me to buy it when I saw your video.
Yes!
And I thought, I've never seen anything like this before, where this kind of situation organically happens in a game. I'd seen other videos, and I thought they were fake or they were scripted or something.
Yeah.
And I couldn't quite tell like what the game was about. And then I saw your video, and I could just hear in people's voices they were really trying to negotiate. They were like, and your voice was. At first, I thought you weren't playing a character. I thought you were just kind of nervous. And it was a bit weird and a little, like, slightly disturbing and really interesting.
Yeah, no, because, like, fucking Grand Massacre, when that happened, you know, DayZ was still fresh. And, like, everybody was just enjoying, like, running across the fucking landscape trying to find some gear was still, like, incredibly fun. It wasn't boring at that point. So, like, we'd gotten together, and we'd, like, gotten all our shit together, and we were grouped up, and it had taken hours. And, like, that first video, I wasn't trying to put on a character at all. That was like pure fucking adrenaline rush. Because it was the first time we ever just went and ran out in front of 3 people like that, and I was like, they're just gonna shoot me. They're just gonna fucking shoot me. Oh god, I gotta handle the scenario and try to get it to work right. So
I propose we have a little trade right here, friends.
Oh my god.
Are you asking for a battle? Because I told you not to offer me anything.
I'm sorry, but this is where this is going. I mean, we've got like 90 rounds of AK ready to blast into this fucking bar, and if you fuck!
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, motherfucker! I see you down there. You're still alive, aren't you? You made a bad move. I told you what was gonna happen. I'll shoot it for you.
Wait.
Bang!
oh fuck. Yeah, and then people just saw that and like, you're a fucking crazy motherfucker, and I was like, you know what? I can roll with this. Heck yeah.
Yeah, just keep it up, because it really sounded like like I said, it was kind of disturbing to hear this. Like you really sounded like a maniac.
Yeah, totally.
And you've kept up that kind of same vibe throughout all your videos. And it's just I think that sort of thing is really what the game, like that. I think that's the core of the game. That kind of shit, when that happens, it's not
Definitely.
like when I saw that, I thought, like, this guy's going to blow up. He's going to have a huge YouTube channel. He's going to, this is going to be his job or something like that. I
wish.
Yeah, I know. But then it's really the people who are playing. Oh, I'm ethical and I'm the moral guy and I'm the hero and I do everything right and I judge everyone correctly and I never make mistakes. That's seems to be the kind of channel that's really blown up.
Yeah.
You think? Whereas like the most interesting and I don't know, you sort of put yourself out there a lot more.
Definitely. It does seem like Mr. Moon might kind of have that seedy guy following, but then again, I don't really watch many of his things, or like much of anybody, really.
Mr. Moon's kind of interesting. He's got a lot of character.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I love being a seedy motherfucker, because, like,
Yeah.
then you got these people that you're just being friendly with, but you never know what's gonna happen. Because, like, the thing I hate the most is whenever you're just in a situation where, like, you definitely don't want to kill a dude, and you know what's gonna happen, like, you're just gonna be happy buddies or whatever. I always want that tension, you know, because that's what makes it fun. So, like, if I find somebody and like they feel uncomfortable with me, like that's all the better because
Yeah.
I want that spark to be there. Like never really know what's going to happen.
Exactly, and I try to talk about that. People are always running away from that. They always want to be comfortable and want to know what's going to happen. They want to make sure they're going to get gear. They want to make sure this person doesn't betray them. Whereas I want all these things to be unknowns, and you're just always on edge, trying to figure out what's going to happen next.
Seriously.
And that's why I always liked your videos, because there's always that. Is this person telling the truth? And I can see that. I think it was the last one. Like, you're so skeptical that this guy's doesn't have a friend coming
I know,
up to
God, the
flashbang.
paranoia, because it happens so fucking often, and it's like
Yeah,
you're just waiting for it, and it's great, just like always having to look over your shoulder. That adrenaline rush, man. It's like nothing else.
yeah, and he knows that he's sort of being held there against his will. Like, you're not killing him, you're not torturing him. You're sort of being nice, but you're acting weird like you normally do. And he obviously doesn't want to be there.
You don't gonna do anything to me, please.
No, I'm not gonna do anything to you. It's fine, it's fine. But
Yeah,
I need you to do something for me, okay, buddy? I got this book called Trailin'. It's, oh god, it's my favorite book.
Yeah.
And, come on, folks, put your guns down. No need to get all hostile with our friend here. You're my friend. What's your name, friend? 5, 4,
No,
3,
I
2.
don't wanna play this game.
Buddy,
Don't shoot me, don't shoot me. You won't shoot
is there a better game you can think of, though? Because I get so bored.
Okay, we could make a picture, right?
Yeah, we can make a
Wanna
picture.
make a picture?
Let's make a
I wanna
picture.
play-
Yeah.
I want to play a game now.
Ah, what's happening? What's happening?
The last time a few videos ago, we held up this guy, and I started sort of talking down to him after
Yeah.
he tried to kill us, and we handcuffed him and stuff. And I sort of started talking like a little bit condescending towards him, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna unhandcuff you and just wait here. We're going to show you off as a trophy to our friends. And we had this other group of people coming up, and up to that point, I think he was going to go without a fight. But after I said we're going to show you up, show you as our trophy, that's when he really turned on us and he came at me with an axe. So, you know, I could have been a lot. I could have acted differently towards him and tried to give him some respect and stuff like that. But it's not as interesting.
No, having that ambiguous morality is like the best freaking thing. Because, I mean, like, you just. Like, I never really know what I'm gonna do going into these things. I just, you know, I want them to put in some effort, because I don't like to just kill people. I do have, you know, a sense of empathy and stuff, and I don't just, like, shoot motherfuckers at random. But, like, I want them to work with me, you know? Like, if I want you to put on a little bit of a show, you know, just give it your best try. Tell me a joke. You don't know any jokes? Make one up. Come on, buddy, you got it. You just gotta try, you know? Like, and it's those that, like, don't have any character or personality. They're just like, dude, fuck you, dude. And I'm like, alright, well, you're gonna go to a bad place? Keep that up, buddy, you know? Because you gotta make it fun, you gotta make it good, and then it works for, you know, the scenario, and it works for, like, hot footage and stuff. It's just, it works for a good fucking game. God, it's just, you don't get interactions like this in anything else, because, like, it's the stakes that really make it, and, I love the way that Rocket has made it so, like, guns and good gear are so hard to get now, and it just really adds to all that tension. You don't want to die, they don't want to die. It's just a barrel of fun all around. Oh man.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and it pisses me off so much when people complain about rare loot, not being able to gear up and get military weapons immediately, and having to risk things, and that is, you know, the time it takes to build up some decent gear and to survive and feel like you're getting somewhere, and then it all comes to a head, like in a split second. you could be walking through a field and everything's fine, and then it just all goes to shit immediately, and you're shaking and you're scared. And like I was saying before, people shy away from that. They don't like these negative feelings, whereas this is the only game that sort of relishes it. There's nothing else out there like that, and I'm a little bit worried about people softening it. And
right, totally. Like, it seems like the vision they've had has just gone more and more towards getting the most out of that adrenaline rush instead of watering it down by making things easier or whatever, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and I really hope it doesn't change. The popularity of the game's a little bit of a curse, and in a way, but I think, Hicks and Rocket and everyone, I'm pretty confident they're going to stick with the original vision. There really is nothing else out there like that. And the people who are imitating it, I don't think they're going to get it right. I don't think they're going to get that tension.
Totally. It seems like everything else that's been cropping up is like sort of... It doesn't have that spark, because the thing about DayZ, it's not the open world, it's not the ability to communicate like fucking... with that directional chat shit, which is super cool, and I love that. Like, you don't see it anywhere else. You should really see that more often. But it's really the perfect balance they've struck with how, the loot and everything comes together to make you actually care about not dying and, like, make everybody else feel the same way. And that, it's just such a wonderful thing. Like, I mean, I get kind of sick of DayZ sometimes. It's incredibly boring here and there, and then the bugs, it seems like it's been getting a little bit worse lately, actually, but like, I can't stop coming back because that rush is just not found to such an intensity in any other game, and I love it. I fucking love it.
Yep. And you've been, like, we've both been playing since 2012. You've been playing like a couple of months more than me.
Yeah.
And that feeling is still there.
Definitely.
that like the raising my pulse like that. Like, you get a bit in other games, you feel competitive and you get a little bit pissed off and you want to come back and fight more and stuff, like in like Counter-Strike or something like that.
Yeah.
But nothing. I've been playing games since the 80s. Like, I'm 33 years old now. Never ever felt like this in a game in my life. There's nothing gets close.
Seriously, like, all I need is for my friend to be like, "Oh, player over there," and like, just those words have me, like, seriously, I'll get my heart beating, I'll start, like, breathing harder or whatever, and I think that's what really helps to, like, add to the videos that I do, because, like, at this point, I do, like, I put on a bit of a character, and it's fun, it's all that theater, but there is still, like, the magic of the actual adrenaline rush I'm getting, and it's like, it never goes away. It's always there whenever that intense action is, like, finally coming back. Oh man, it's so good.
It's addictive, but I think that's what makes it. What part of the reason I enjoy your videos so much is I can tell that you are really feeling it. You're not just here. You're not just playing a character. There is a bit of that, but you can sense that there still is this anxiousness and nervousness. It's real. Like, you can't avoid it.
Definitely. Like, I mean, just like in that first Grandmaster video, all of that was just pure strain adrenaline. And it's weird going back, because, like, in those early videos, I never really had the voice, never really had the character, and, like, it's just basically, some dude playing DayZ. But then when that action comes in, you get a little crazy, and it was totally unrehearsed. I wasn't even trying to become a personality or anything. I was trying to get my friends into the game, so I was recording a couple of bits of, like, cool stuff that was going on, and, like, they knew who I was. They knew I wasn't some crazy motherfucker, so it was like, I wasn't trying to make some weird character or something, but it just brings it out in you. It puts you in a place where you can seriously, like, get so immersed in this, like, world that you kind of become a character yourself. Like, whenever it's fresh and you're in the heat of the moment, it's, oh man.
I used to just lose my shit whenever I got into a gunfight or something, and I couldn't control myself at all. Like, I couldn't focus, and it took a fair bit of practice. So people kind of know me as being pretty calm in those situations, even though my heart is pounding. Like, I used to do security. I was a security guard for a little bit, and I found that I found it really difficult to talk to people or keep a straight face. Like, people could tell that I was a bit scared or whatever. But towards the end of the job, about like a couple of months in, I got to the point where I could keep a straight face, and you couldn't tell if I was scared or not.
Yeah.
And I had to kind of learn to do that in the game, just to keep focused, and it also keeps other people that you're working with in the right headspace as well. Everyone's got to chill out. Don't just start saying random shit like, "Oh my god, he's over there!" Blah blah blah. Like, think about what you're saying. Communicate clearly.
Totally. Like, when it comes to talking to motherfuckers and trying to identify things, like, that's another thing, is just how freaking open it is, and you really get into these weird mindsets of having to be all freaking like Boy Scout with triangulating positions and shit. I remember at one point in one of my earlier videos, I had to point out a dude that was way far away on the horizon, saying like, "Okay, dude, there's like a dick-shaped bush, okay?" And he's looked over there. He's like, "Oh yeah, I see exactly what you're talking about." Like, oh man, the communication. Like, you really think about things you don't think about in other games.
Oh yeah, like, and hearing people saying, "Oh, I want to spawn with my squad all in the same spot." You're missing out. You're throwing away so much of the game. Yeah, it can be really boring and inconvenient, and you waste a lot of time just trudging across the map to find someone, and they're reading the signs. They don't know where the fuck they are. They don't know the map or whatever. But a lot of the best moments that happen in the game is that it's completely unplanned. You never know who you're going to run across, or you'll break your legs, and then your friend's got to go and try to get some morphine and find you and that sort of stuff. And interesting things come out of that. But also, having rare items. I remember when one of us, either me or my friend, found an AS50 for the first time and this is like August or September 2012.
Right.
And I think he called me up, and I had to go and like stop what I was doing and jump on the server so I could come and he found a couple of weapons. And like AS50s were so rare, and there weren't that many hackers around at the time. And it was just like such a big moment. Just
seriously,
for
like,
a single weapon. It
makes you care so much about like the things that happen, the things that you get and come across. Like, it's really a treasure when that happens, which is why, like, I really hope they. Well, I guess with the recent patches, they've done a lot more for this, because before you could find like M4s fucking anywhere. You could go to Balota, you could spawn at Balota before, and then just grab all that stuff, and everybody would just have those crazy high-powered rifles. But now it's like you got to go down to the Northwest Air Base or go to a heli crash, and so having that sort of scarcity, like, it just imparts so much more meaning to the things that you get and encounter, and I really feel like they're going in the right direction with it. I hope they keep it up, and like just because having areas like Northwest that are hard to get to be like hot spots for shit that's like really rare is ideal. I feel, because then it encourages, travel, and then it makes it so that your character that you've had for so long and you've walked with for like hours or whatever, it has that much more value to it, and so you don't want to die. And if you get in an encounter where like you have a face-off or whatever, you're not immediately going to go to, okay, it's a gunfight, we're on, because a gunfight means people are definitely going to die. And if there's another way you can get out of that and keep your your heavily prized loot or whatever, like, then you might want to do that. And it encourages not having that kill in sight mentality, because like I think it's dumb when people are like, everybody just kills on sight now, like, because I mean, like, of course that happens a lot, but it's just part of the game. You can't control that like artificially. You can't. No, hey buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
It's actually pretty good.
Yep. Sorry, man. We're just having a conversation.
Yeah, I know.
Max is
Sorry,
doing a
sorry.
bit of a...
I'll move out.
You're
Dude,
right.
you got some reverb on that thing, man. You gotta like get a headset or something.
Oh wait, it's broken. This way, I'll fix it up. Okay, see ya.
User
Okay,
left
cheers.
your channel.
But anyway, yeah, I was worried about the riffraff. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, no, totally. Shit, wait, what was I saying? Fuck.
Just about characters having so much more.
No, yeah, the value and all that. So, fuck, like train of thought is gone.
That's okay. That's of course.
But yeah, you get it.
It's sort of having the rarity and scarcity of items. It's that sort of classic feeling you get in this game alone, pretty much. That you find this weapon, you think, awesome! I found this such a rare item, and it's going to be so effective, and I can kill people with it, or I can do whatever with it. And then you think, oh, but I don't want to lose it. I don't want to engage in a gunfight and get killed and lose it. And so you have this feeling. Some people would get a rare weapon and then just never log back in again, like they character. I've actually heard of that. They actually stop playing the game once they gear up because they're so scared of losing it. But then you get this feeling, and you think, oh, so I've been running around the forest for the last couple of days with all my cool gear, and I don't get to use it. So I have it, but I'm not enjoying it. So that makes you go out and push to make something happen with it.
Totally. Like at some point you got to put yourself out there, because like I find myself going to like Northwest, and then I'll be like, okay, I got to go sneak around in the trees. I want to get shot. And then I think like, well, what the fuck am I doing? If there's no player encounters, then like what's the point? So I really like to, just face other players head on and try to make it work. Like, be as careful as I can while also putting myself out there as much as possible, which I think it makes the game a lot more fun. And a lot of people, they just want to sit back and be a sniper or whatever, but it's really those face-to-face encounters where it's like fucking Wild West quick draw status shit. You sneak up behind a guy, you tell him to put his gun down, it's just a stick up, and then you don't know what's going to happen from there. And it's just like, you got to have those reflexes, you got to have that intuition, you got to be paying attention to so many factors at once. Does he have a friend? Is he going to turn around and blow me up? And now is he going to have like a fucking grenade in his hand or whatever? It's just like having to think about all of that and then deal with it is so like satisfying when you can actually take all that and like pull it off and like do the stick up and get the upper hand. And it's just like nothing else.
Well said, and that's the core of the game, and fuck everyone else who disagrees, I say. But how do you feel about the early access stuff and the state of the game in general?
Well, the game is, obviously completely fucking broken, and I often I'm playing DayZ, and the amount of moments that I'm like, fuck DayZ, this game is a fucking piece of shit. Why am I doing this? I'm wasting my life. God damn it. Like, are just, it happens so often. The server restarts right before you're gonna get into some hot scenario. You fall through the stairs and you die. Zombie hits you through the wall. It's fucking terrible. But at the same time, like, I would not want them to wait until it's finished. I love this shit. There's nothing else like it out there. Like, I need this for my fucking adrenaline rush fix and shit. Like, if Rocket didn't put it out, well, for one, like, nobody has ever explored this concept, and I appreciate that, like, I think DayZ is still, like, the one that's doing it best. I'm glad there's other people thinking about having the same sort of gameplay system in place and like experimenting with it, because like games have never had this kind of scope, this kind of vision, this kind of like dedication to forcing people into being, not having instant gratification, into like playing it with a whole different mindset than you do other games. And so I don't really care that it's like broken in early access and you're paying $40 for a game that's like so far away from being finished, because like we want it. Obviously we all want it. We don't care how messed up it is. It's the only thing out there like it, and it's fucking great. I don't give a shit. Early access, fuck yeah, do it. Give it to us whenever. I'm good.
Yep. Better to have a broken, incredible game than no incredible game.
Definitely.
Basically. I think a lot of people really don't, even though they might read reviews that the game isn't finished, they get multiple warnings before they can play it, both in Steam, and every time you start the fucking game, you get a warning that it's not finished, it's probably going to break, you're going to have interruptions in your gameplay, there are going to be issues, yet people still weirdly have an expectation for it to be a complete game and to not have any issues.
I mean, at the same time, I don't really blame them for complaining, because, I mean, they did put in their $40, and while, yeah, it is early access, like, it just seems like DayZ is a very special kind of broken. Like, it actually worked pretty good before, but with all the experimentation and the updates, and obviously it's unavoidable, but oh god, recently with I don't know if you've been playing lately, but the servers restarting like 20 minutes after a restart, it's been pretty bad, and you never really know what to expect in terms of things being broken, and it doesn't really bother me that people complain, because, you know, I complain. I feel like at some point we all complain. We hate getting hit through the floor by a zombie, and as early as it might be, it's still frustrating as shit, and I wouldn't blame anybody for putting it down, because it's like, I love it, and I really hate it at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I complain as well, but as long as you have to expect to be complaining at some point.
Yeah.
You have to expect to be, sitting there and swearing at the computer because the server just restarted, because something awesome was just about to happen. At this stage, that is going to happen, and we just have to deal with it, unless you want to wait until the game's finished.
Yeah, no, and that's totally an option. And it's like, that's messed up that people are going to be like, well, why'd they put this out? Well, I mean, yeah, like, why are you playing it? Because
I don't recommend that anyone buys any early access games at all. There's not you don't even have a guarantee that they're going to finish it in the first place.
Yeah, seriously.
And you're playing something that's incomplete. With this, I've only bought this game. I bought Project Zomboid a couple of months ago and played a little bit as well, and I've got DayZ, and these are the only games I've bought in early access. I'm not interested in any other early access game. It's just because I have special interest in this game that I bought it, and I trust the developers to follow through. They've got a pretty decent record, and their heart's in the right place. They've got the resources. They're following through with the things they promise, even though some people don't believe that. Would disagree with that. So it's a special case for me, and unless you see it that way, as a special case, that you're such a huge fan that you're going to get involved in development, maybe do some bug testing and stuff, then you shouldn't get involved at all unless you have that attitude, I think.
Like, it's silly to expect something different. Maybe not silly to expect something a little bit less broken. Because again, like, I've played other early access games, and DayZ is on another level.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's not just missing features. It's like it's fucking collapsing in on itself at times.
Yeah, it really is. The mod was bad, you know.
It is a novel idea and the first of its kind. So when it comes to that kind of pioneering, you got to expect the road to be a little bit rocky, for sure.
Well, we don't really have any other choice. We don't really have any otpe options at the moment. I hope, maybe in the future there's going to be a better alternative. Who knows? But nothing out there quite like it right now.
Like the copycats of World War Z, was that it? No. That's the book. Wait, what was it? War Z. Yes, War Z. Not what you're looking for. No, what anybody was looking for.
But, people you get like 15-year-old kids jumping on forums saying, this DayZ's over, it's fucking ruined. War Z's gonna wreck its shit, And then it's just, it's so pathetic. Like, they put out a lot of artwork before it was released, which made it kind of look cool, but it was all like paintings, like digital paintings and shit. And in fact, some of it they'd copied directly from TV shows and stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, As far as copycats go, like, yeah, they definitely pale in comparison. And I feel like Breaking Point, in terms of being stable and like just running a lot better, like it would be a wonderful alternative. I've played a little bit of it. I had some fun with it, but like at the end of the day, it doesn't have the same balance that DayZ has. When you play Breaking Point, you can find like pistols in every third house you go into, and then they have the class system, which encourages you to like artificially band with certain people and kill other people because you get more points for this. So I feel like it kind of kills that freedom of interactivity that DayZ has, and it's kind of a shame because like Arma 3 engine just works so much better. God, I hope at some point they transfer something because that would be wonderful. That would just, man.
Yeah, it would be really cool. But when you get other people, like Rocket is a special kind of person, special kind of developer. They don't really exist like that out in the world, you know. When other people develop similar versions of like a zombie apocalypse or open survival simulator, they try to micromanage everything and they make it gamey and they put in rules and classes, like you're saying, instead of allowing things to just happen organically. There's none of that kind of social experiment stuff happening. It's all tightly controlled. Whereas Rocket just had this idea: just chuck everyone in a place, limited resources, things in the environment to stress about. What are people going to do to each other? Are they going to help each other? Like, he didn't know how people were going to act. He didn't know it was going to turn into a deathmatch.
That's what I love about Rocket so much, is he has a vision and he really, really sticks to it. Because I remember when DayZ first came out, you spawned with a Makarov. You got your little starter pistol. And then, like a month later or something, there was an update. And then you started with nothing, and there were people like on the forums going like, I don't spawn with a gun anymore, what the fuck, it's too hard to find a gun. And then I was just like, this is fucking great. This is what makes the game right here. Because any other developer, well, not any other obviously, but I feel like a lot of people are just so focused on keeping the audience and getting that fun going or whatever, that like they don't want to worry about people not wanting to play the long game. And with DayZ, you always gotta play the fucking long game. You gotta work up to what you get. And then once you've done that, you can fall off of that pedestal any second. You never know when you're gonna get blasted or whatever. And like that's the best thing, that there's no like, oh, you can get all this gear and then you can like, well, if you die, you'll keep half of it and you can get a perk for that or whatever. No, none of that. It's just hardcore all the time.
That's why I was so against the Epoch servers that I saw coming up. Thousands of vehicles instantly and shit. It's so easy to find a weapon. And then you have saves which are indestructible. So if your character dies, you lose like 5% of the stuff you have. It's nothing. Yeah,
that sucks. Like, I'm cool with the whole have a tent, have your persistent stuff, but then let other people be able to go up into the wildlands in the north, find that tent, and take it. Like, that dynamicism is what makes it, and I hope to God they never break it. And that's, like, why I never played any of the early DayZ mods, and instead just went to SA, because it was just so focused like that.
Yeah, more pure. People don't know what's good for them, really. Like
Seriously.
They're so happy to forego that long game that you were talking about for just instant gratification, and you kind of have to not give them what they want so that they have a better experience. Which sounds
and then
strange.
They learn to love it.
Yeah, well, some of them learn to love it. Some of them just give up straight away. In which case, I would say then there are lots of other games out there which will do everything you want, but not this one. Don't poison this game for us.
And like, obviously, there is an audience, because like when DayZ launched, you saw Arma 2 or whatever, or was it? Yeah, it was Arma 2. Just skyrocket in sales, and it was the biggest fucking thing. So people definitely want that. Like, not everybody, but a decent amount. I just feel like they have to fix what's broken, and then it'll all be perfect.
Yeah, well, that's why he called it the anti-game. in the early days, he was saying this is the anti-game because I'm breaking all the rules, all the conventions that you're supposed to put in a game to make people happy. Give them tutorials, make it all a slow, steady incline instead of giving them a cliff to climb up. He just dropped it all and said, "What if we just chuck him in there and it's still and it was glitchy. Like half the time you would die from broken legs from walking over a rock and stuff."
Yeah.
And people were willing to put up with that because the experience was so intense. And they're still doing it now. Like we're still here doing.
Yeah,
doing
definitely, definitely.
But
like it does seem like some people have dropped off. Like I remember the first-person servers used to always you'd have 3 of them being full, and now it's like at one point there's only like 1 that's 40 out of 40, and the rest are 10 or 5, which sucks because like I only play first person. I can't do that peeking around the walls thing.
drives me crazy. That shit.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Try doing it in Australia. There's at any one time there's probably like 3 people on a first-person server. Drives me fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, no, I never thought about that. That is the worst.
Yeah.
God, I thought, that sucks.
Yeah, that's why I spent hours on the internet debating with shitheads. Sorry.
Yeah.
And getting nowhere just about first person. So I just gave up eventually, but
I am so sorry.
That's all right. I pushed really hard. Like I was on the forums and Reddit and stuff. I was just trying to convince everyone. Let's ban third person. It's not the kind of experience this game should be. You shouldn't be able to sit behind a wall, watch everything that's happening around you without exposing yourself, without putting yourself in a little bit of danger. Like it doesn't work like that in reality. Like if we're talking about, it doesn't have to be 100% realistic in every way, but this one part of the game can be realistic. If you want to see what someone's doing, you have to poke your eyes, around the corner of that wall.
Seriously, it just makes the person holed up have such an inherent advantage that, like, it makes it so much harder to sneak up on people and do cool stick-ups and stuff, because you're like, okay, they're behind that bush, they can't see me, this is where I'm going to move in. And it's like, oh, wait, nope, they got a vision over the top. Well, shit.
Yeah. Just fuck it. It's so easy to fix, but anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure, we'll probably get, like, if I put this into a video, it's probably going to get lots of downvotes now.
Seriously, it's that which must not be spoken of.
Yeah. But I'll leave it in anyway. Hicks watches some of my videos sometimes, so.
Oh, awesome! That's so cool.
Yeah, if you want, he's probably going to hear the stuff you're saying right now. I'd say.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's so cool. I'm a little starstruck. I don't even really know anything about Hicks. Brian Hicks, right? I just hear his name whispered everywhere, and I'm like, he's one of the big ones. I don't follow this stuff enough, or like the people or anything. I'm subscribed to like Kiwo, but that's it. I gotta subscribe to you. What am I doing?
Yeah.
I loved that one video where you fell through the stairs. That was great.
Yeah. Well, a part of that was because the game is a bit glitchy.
Exactly.
I was pulling my weapon out on the stairway, which made me teleport through the rails. And the bullet comes through the window just as I do that, and I hit the ground and start spraying.
Oh shit. Probably gonna die here. Fucking go. Oh fuck. Got him.
But yeah, everything kind of worked out well.
So good. Yeah, no, I mean, like, the glitches and stuff definitely have some horrible part of the charm of the game. Oh my god, it just feels like every video I put up is like a demonstration of how broken this game is, but sometimes it makes for some pretty interesting things.
Yeah, in a way, it sort of gives you this, because in reality, you can just have random bad luck. That's not your fault. Yeah. You didn't do anything wrong. Something just fucking happened. Like you're crossing the street and a truck hits you, and even though the light was red and stuff. And that kind of happens in the game. Like you'll be doing everything fine. Everything should make sense, and then you're flying through the air like you've been shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, seriously. Like one of my best earlier videos was just some hacker teleports everybody in the server into the air, and then everybody's just falling. You hear like 100 people shouting like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Yeah.
And it was like the best fucking shit ever. It happened at the perfect time. and it's kind of charming. I do like the way that like the hackers aren't invincible. It seems like they haven't really gotten God mode down, so even if there's some motherfucker that's teleporting around doing some stupid crazy bullshit, you still got a chance to shoot him, and it's like, it's still kind of fucking intense. It's terrible. I need to fix that, but no, fuck.
It's always going to be an issue. I mean, in any game, you can't avoid hackers 100%. Like even I've heard of World of Warcraft having people flying through the sky and stuff and killing everyone and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, no, you never really hear about it in MMOs. That's interesting. It's like always, oh man,
happens every now and then.
Right.
But in a game like this, it's all kind of frayed at the edges and parts missing in the middle, and so it's probably pretty easy to hack into at the moment.
Totally. Like, oh god, it used to be so much worse. They've definitely lock down some things, because I remember getting turned into a goat once. Yeah. Not the best. Oh, God. I'm just, like, mostly I just really hope they keep that focus, and they don't end up, like, giving any concessions to motherfuckers that want it made easier and stuff. Yes. Like, when you put vehicles in the game, keep them as sparse as they were back in the mod. Just make everything have value. And when things have value, those moments when that value can be taken away from you, just, they're all the more immersive, and it means so much more. And it's why we play. It's why people watch a video that's 2 minutes long of me shooting two guys. It's not about, like, it's like you put up a video you shooting two dudes in Counter-Strike. That doesn't mean anything. But here, it's like it's everything. Because just all the factors that go into play. It's wonderful.
I think I read a while ago, ages ago, someone said that they actually shit their pants.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I can't remember if they did shit their pants or a bit came out and then they ran to the toilet or something like that. But,
I could, especially the kinds of people that actually get like super freaked out by horror games and stuff. The intensity of DayZ, I wouldn't deny it. That might have been a thing that has happened.
I'd say it's happened more than once. I'd say it's happened multiple times around the world.
The physical reaction is definitely there. I mean, I've gone away from a firefight with my hands shaking before. It's wonderful.
I've been playing with my friend, and he's like, man, I can't aim properly. My hand's shaking too much.
Definitely.
Like I said, I've been a fan of your stuff for a long time.
Yeah, since the beginning, apparently. Like, shit. And I've never done any weird fucking interviews like this before. It's so different and new. It's fun. I feel like an internet personality.
Yeah. That's right. And you're, like, I knew that you would see the game in the same way as me because of the way you play it. It was like, just, I knew that we'd sort of agree about pretty much everything.
It's great. I'm so glad the fuck third person, man. You got it. You have the right ideology. And those other people, if they were just forced into first, they would learn to love it, just like everything else. I guarantee it.
They'd deal with it. Absolutely. They'd just deal with it and play the game, and they'd have the same experience, and it'd be better. But they just don't know what's good for them.
Exactly. You gotta pull some Illuminati shit on the masses.
Anyway, I'm gonna head off. And,
alrighty.
Thank you very much. It was lots of fun talking to you.
Yeah, dude, this is cool. And like, I never really watched your shit, but you really got like that stoic Frankie sort of personality, which is so cool because like it seems very, like legitimate. You got the fucking voice and the image for somebody that could be seriously goddamn big. Keep it up, dude. Keep it up. I'm gonna watch your shit. It seems good.
Thanks, man. I just need more. I've had lots of like work changes and life changes and moving stuff, and I haven't been able to play much. But I'll try to gonna try to do some more. But you keep it up too. I love your shit.
Yeah, thanks, dude. See ya.
All right. Thanks very much. See you later.